gonna be noisy. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So I told you guys I might come back. So I'm back. Mainly because I'm alone again. Sunday nights, generally what I do is I just go shopping and buy all the stuff that I need for the week in order to have enough inventory to get through the week. But usually I do it offline, like without you guys. But since I'm alone and nobody loves me, I figured I'll do it this way. And if anyone joins, you get to get drops. Well, I did 2 enable drops. Don't lie. There we go. Drops. We has drops. So, should anyone want to just some laid back shopping? Let me tell people. There we go. This way, if anyone wants to get drops, they can get them. If I can figure out how to help people. Streaming. There, shopping and drops. Oh, my neck. I can always keep you guys updated on things. Should you be interested in or have questions for me, I have things I can tell you about for contests and whatnot. If you have questions. Or really anything. There we go. Done. Everybody's notified. Okay. Nothing good here. Sadness. Hey, hello, how are you? I figured I'd stream so we have some sort of drops. You know? What is the 17th? You know, I mean, none of the rest of us housing people are streaming right now, so I figured I'd just let people know. So there's only a couple people watching right now, so hopefully more people will show. We're just shopping and dropping. Shopping till we drop Ouroboros crates. And I can give people advice, should they want it, on good shopping places and practices, should anyone be interested. Otherwise, we could just talk about contests. Because, yes, Dombats, Dobby drops. Because today was the heart contest, and it was glorious. Everybody did some really great stuff on J-Heart's stream. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. And I canceled my stream early so we could all go over there and look at it. But there's still the 2020 contest he's doing. It's still coming. So that's the link to his contests. Pursuit of Happiness always, it was a little bit of everything. Pursuit of Happiness always has good stuff, by the way. I find a lot of deals here. It's almost like I think they must underprice their stuff on purpose to get more people to come here. Because it's amazing to me just how many good deals they have. So that wasn't bad. Let me get to This one is probably waste. Banker Eye Pass is probably one sky that has absolutely nothing good to sell. I'm not wearing makeup right now. I have a little bit on for lipstick, but all in all, I just have foundation. Yeah, one sky. It's a waste of time. They never, I don't know why some guilds buy a trader. Like, why do you do this when you have nothing to sell? Just craziness. Purchase, purchase. Don't care about fishing fiesta. Just a wee rouge. No rouge. Just a wee lipstick. Because rouge, isn't rouge like blush? I thought. Maybe I'm dumb. I was doing some more work for my job. I was doing stuff for my job. I was writing really depressing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true. It was really depressing. Oh, by the way, I always check this spot for thieves' troves. And I got one. Yay! That's one of my favorite spots to check because I need the stuff for the crows. Anyway, yeah, so no makeup. You get to see me mostly makeup free. I do have a little bit of foundation on and I have a little bit of lipstick on and that's it. Everything else wore off and I didn't bother putting it back on because I figured you guys love me anyway and it's not like anybody cares enough to really... Anybody who loves me hasn't really cared, so I'm all alone. I was almost alone on Valentine's Day, too. My husband had friends who wanted to hang out, and I just said, you know what, fine. If you want to go hang out with your friends, your guy friends, on Valentine's Day, that's fine. And he caught the tone that I must have had. That hurt tone, and he ended up not going. So I think he's making up for it by hanging out with the guys now. But I wasn't trying to be like Trixie, you know. I was straight up like, if you want to go, go. I'm not going to be mad at you. I wasn't. I was hurt, but I wasn't mad. Before you became a swamp hag. Oh, wow. You did that on purpose? Like, I get that naturally. In fact, this is a new product that I hadn't... Actually, let's talk about this. Be right back. So I have vitiligo, which is a kind of illness, well, disease, condition, I guess would be the best way to say it, where I lose skin tone. My body kills off my own pigment in my skin. So you probably can't see it too well in certain light, but like, for example, I have a whole part here that's all white. It's because I have no pigment there. You can't see it. I just saw it on, you can see maybe just the tiniest bit that I have a spot there that's pigmentless, but anyway. So I have some spots on my face that does that. And it's very depressing. So I've tried a lot of different makeups to cover it. And unfortunately, they're very, very, very expensive. In order to cover all of the spots that I have, it goes through a lot of them. And you know, I started to look into making my own makeup. Like making my own from scratch, because you can actually do it. You can make your own foundation with clay and other stuff. Because it was so expensive. I'm like, I'll buy the friggin' stuff and make it myself. And then maybe I'll sell it. But I came across this stuff called Xanderm. And it's, I bought some of the samples. There were like $1 for 3 of the samples. Now, they work, but If I look like I have bruises under my eyes, it's because I'm trying this stuff out and it looks more like a bruise than it looks like coverage. So I'm a little bit unsure of what to do about whether to keep doing it or not, using it or not, but I do look like I have bruises under my eyes because of this stuff. So I apologize if you can see it. I just figured I was giving it a shot. I didn't realize that you guys could see how bad it looked. But it's like a stain. It's not even really like a foundation or anything. It's more of a stain. And I'm not really sure what to do about it. I don't know. I might be the only person that you guys know with vitiligo, so it's sort of like, I don't know. If I really have thought about trying to make my own makeup and sell it. I figure, why not, right? I mean, maybe if it's good enough and it's cheap enough. It's just frustrating that, like, nothing I've found that's affordable really works. So that blows. What are you gonna do? Live looking as ugly as I feel. Why am I skipping places? I don't mean to skip places. I want to go to Betnik. Betnik! I don't know. This was Squid. Let's see if School of Squid is still here. I have a good memory for who was there when. But anyway, back to contests. Here is the 2020 challenge. I won't eat squids. Squids aren't tasty. Alright. I'm beginning to think that my professor doesn't like me anymore. He vanished for a while. Now he's back. And a little bit weird. Lake water. School of Squids, I was right. Look, they're still here. I have a good memory for this stuff. I've been doing so much reading on makeup and different kinds of life improving stuff lately because I've realized that I don't take good enough care of myself. Like, for instance, you know, I never really bothered with makeup before I was 40. Yeah, sorry. The other thing is I don't, well, you know, what else am I going to do? We have drops. I might as well give you guys a chance to get drops, if nothing else. And I'm boring, but, you know, I'm doing my best. I'm trying. You could be mad at me, but I'm trying. Dubious Longfin. I really am trying. Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I can just turn off my brain while I'm shopping. But I don't know. I don't take good care of myself in a lot of ways, and so I was trying to think of ways that I could improve my life. And one of the ways that I can improve my life is I do a lot of cooking. I cook for the household, I guess. And a lot more than I ever used to cook, I cook. And I got this thing that's an automatic stirrer. Like, because I do a lot of vegan meals. And vegan meals do make a lot of cashew cheese. And cashew cheese, and this is going to sound so weird, but cashew cheese needs a thickener. And so when you add something like cornstarch or something like that, it needs to be constantly stirred. If you don't constantly stir it, it will get ruined. It won't thicken or it'll get ruined. So I decided to, you know, I really wanted this machine that does it for you. And my husband did a lot of pushback because he really didn't, he doesn't like, he wants me to rely on him for stuff like that. And it's like, no, if I want to cook, I want to cook without having to worry about leaning on you for it. So, whatever. Anyway, unrelated note is unrelated. But this thing is amazing. I finally got it, and I love it to death. And it is it's so freeing to have something that allows you to do something for yourself, you know, and not have to rely on anybody else. It's a really great feeling, and I can highly recommend it to anybody. There's only one out there, so if you ever look for it and you have problems with mobility like I do, I'm highly recommending it. It really is amazing. I'm super pumped about it. It's pretty cool. Little things. Little things make me happy. Little things like makeup and yeah, it's so cool. Let me show you. Ah. The story behind this is even funnier than the actual thing. It's called StirMate. I don't know if you guys can actually see this, but you clip it to the side of your pot, and it stirs for you. So you can just like you press a button and it stirs, and it will keep stirring. And it's amazing. It works 12 hours per charge. It's quiet, rechargeable. You can use heat, like high grade temperature materials, and nothing burns. Nothing burns or gets ruined when you're using it. And I've wanted it for so long, and I finally got it, and I was like really excited about it, as you can tell, because I'm a big old dork. But so yeah, I highly recommend it. But the story behind it is actually you put it. See, I don't know if you can see the picture well, but you clip it on the side of the pot, and it just has like this stir in the middle that it stirs for you. I don't know what the link is. I'll see if I can find it. Here it is. Yeah, it is awesome, and it's great for people like me who do a lot of vegan food that needs stirring all the time. Because, I mean, if I have RA, rheumatoid arthritis, can you imagine having rheumatoid arthritis and having to stir, you know, cheese for 15, 20 minutes to get it to harden up, like fake cheese? So it's just not something it has relieved a lot of pain. So the funny story behind it, the funny and supposedly true story about it, I think so. I'm not sure. It says soup, stews, risotto, chili, polenta, sauces, candy, caramelized onions, cheese curds, and much more. I don't know. Polenta I've done with it. I guess polenta's dry. I'm not sure. It is amazing though. It really does work as it is advertised, and I'm a big fan. But I can't see why it wouldn't work. Anyway, point being, it works. So the guy who invented it it says that he invented it because God told him to. So you know that's some serious pedigree right there. Okay. Are you going to argue with a guy who says that God told him to invent something awesome? I mean, I may not. I may let him get away with that one. But it was a little surprising to hear him say that, but okay. Yes. We really do. And I so appreciate it. And it's funny cuz like I really thought my husband was going to be all like, oh yeah, you want something to make things easier for your arthritis? Sure, I'll buy it for you. Like, because I asked for it for Christmas, right? And it's like, it's not that expensive. I think it's like, I mean, it's $50, but it's $50 not on sale. actually. 65 on Amazon. You can get it other places cheaper. But I figured he'd get that for me with how the fact that I cook every single day, you know, it's like, I mean, every single week. You'd think that he'd understand that that'd be something I would really want. He actually got offended. He's like, why can't you have me stir for you? I'm like, as if you're always there every time I need to stir something? It's crazy. It's like, don't you know what it's like to feel like you have to rely on other people for everything? It really bugs me. I don't want to rely on everyone for everything. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Just making polenta alone, which I make very often. Agreed. So, I agree with you. But I'm just down, so I'm glad I have my peeps. So, have you guys ever heard of Sydney Loof? She was a murder victim. She was, hold on. I don't know if anyone has ever heard of her, but once upon a time I came across her picture here. And I got a weird story to tell you about this. I don't usually follow missing people stuff because I find it too depressing. But for some reason, she came across... Polenta is corn, yeah. It's like grits, but made differently. So I came across her trying to find her page. Later on, it turns out that she was murdered by a really sick couple. But I ended up following her page, and I never follow missing people's pages, and I never follow murdered people's pages, for sure. It just was weird. It's like I almost never do that. Well, for work, I ended up having assigned to me, Nebraska is my research state for work. And I didn't know this, but she was from a weird little town in Nebraska, Nellie, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's crazy how many people get murdered in Nebraska. Like viciously, horribly, terribly murdered in awful, god-awful ways. It's a scary ass place, let me tell you. For a place that's just open plains, it's got an enormous amount of murders and really sick ones. So, I've been researching it, whatever. I get into researching this 1875 Trail of Tears case, or thing. The Ponca Indians, who were kicked out of their land in Nebraska, who ended up going to Indian Territory. This is crazy, the link here. It's just so crazy. A little girl, a 1.5-year-old girl named White Buffalo Girl, she was a Ponca back in 1875. She died while on this Trail of Tears. And the people of Nellie, Nebraska, buried her, gave her a full burial, and then bought a stone for her and inscribed it with, like, Black Elk, her father, daughter of Black Elk, White Buffalo Girl, just this beautiful little stone. And for 150 years, they took care of this stone and made sure that nothing happened to it, and they cleaned it, and, they basically did just really nice stuff for people, for this, unfortunately, dead girl. So I'm researching this to get a picture of the grave, and I find out that the Ponca people, when they found out that Sydney Loof was murdered horribly, and she was from that small town, Nellie, they actually bought her a stone, put it in the same cemetery on the anniversary of the date that this young lady, White Elk Girl, died, and did a memorial for her and said, you took care of our baby for 150 years. Let us honor yours. And I just started crying. It's like, of all people to run into, like, the one girl that I actually follow anything about her murder and death. And I come into it from an 1875 death of a little 1.5-year-old. Like, it's mind-blowing to me that connection there. And it was also mind-blowing to me how good sometimes people can be in the sides, in the face of some really ugly stuff. It just was, it was nice, even though it's messed up. It was nice. Weird story. Don't go to Nebraska. That's my advice. Don't go to Nebraska. Unless you like being killed. Because, like, there's a whole lot of killing in Nebraska, and it ain't nice. Oh, by the way, you see this? Make sure that you pop these in Clockwork whenever you can. They often have furnishing tools. And furnishing tools sell for a lot. They sell for like 15K up. I don't know. I'm boring. I like boring things. I apologize. What do you get in Cold Harbor? Did I say... What did I say? I meant Clockwork. If I said Cold Harbor, I'm wrong. Sorry. Wouldn't be the first time I get that mixed up. Oh. Thank you. No, I appreciate the correction. You know me. I mess everything up. I can't remember what I think or say anymore. I said Clockwork? Okay. But I wasn't going to. Sorry, gotcha. This should not surprise anyone that knows me. So I know a guy who all he does is run around Clockwork and pop these things all day long. Because of the chance that they have of having tools in them. I mean, there's got to be better ways to make money, but when you're here, it makes sense. Clock Harbor. I wonder. It's like Cold Harbor, but done entirely with Clockwork stuff. I wonder if someone could make that a house out of that. So I entered the Magic is a Witch contest for DDA, for those of you in DDA. And I entered my Blackvine Villa, which is a Daedric incursion of sorts. Which is funny, because I don't even like Daedra. Daedra sort of suck. I have lots of stores. Wherever you want them. I have stores in BMW. I have stores in Forever Trading. I have stores in everywhere you want them to go. I have stores. All of them. All of the stores. Give you a Morag Tong. Dubious. Longfin. I told you guys I was going to be boring tonight. I apologize that it came true. For furnishings, honestly, the best ones for furnishings are Glenumbra. Don't ask me why, but Daggerfall has a whole shit ton of furnishings that they are usually selling, and it's, I don't know why, but they have the best selection. I have found that Daggerfall pretty much always has the best stuff going on there. I don't know why. But give it a shot. What are you looking for? I might be able to find it for you. Okay. Blackbriar. 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 And Forever Trading. Okay. Let's keep it on going again. Going. Oh, what costume? Oh. Oh, yeah, that is expensive. I buy that occasionally and resell it. I've never actually bought it for myself. I buy it for other reasons. I always flip it. So the next one is Build a Farm, and I decided, and I don't know if it was Lil Fox who mentioned this to me or someone else, but somebody suggested that I just do my, somebody just said, you know what, I'm just going to use something I already have, which is a vineyard. Now, I have a vineyard, but it isn't, I want to add some more to it. But I should be looking for purchasing items for the vineyard, but I lost all of my pages. Like, I had all of these pages that of pictures for farms. Now I can't find them. I don't know what I did with them all. I'm not doing anything for PvP either, but luckily the next thing is going to be Murkmire. Okay. Alright. So this should be Legion of Many, because it always is and always has been. I don't think I've ever seen this not be Legion of Many. I would not buy any jewelry to flip right now, given how close we are to when everybody could buy whatever piece of jewelry they wanted. Okay. It seems like a bad idea to me. Hey, I mean, it probably, it sounds like a good idea to me. That one's due February 29th. So I have that started. Now, J-Heart's final contest for February is also February 29th. That's the stadium. I don't have a stadium. I'm not really sure how to make a stadium that would be any different from anyone else's stadium. It seems to me that, like, it would need a twist to it. It would need something different about it in order to make it interesting. But I'm not sure what that would be. I mean, maybe a fish fighting stadium or something where I can use all those fish I bought. Where fish are fighting each other. I don't know. I have no idea.
You bring me business.
I'm just thinking out loud about what I need. Can you add it? Just I don't think he said he has only one entry. Maybe you could just enter it as is. Yeah, it's been a crazy month. In case you're wondering, I'm always peeping around here to make sure I pick up certain things. But there's, I'm always looking for these stolen items. You see the thieves' troves that they don't have here right now? I'm always looking for those. So I can give the crows their due. Little jerks. There's been a lot of holidays in my life because it's my husband's birthday was the 5th. Mine's the 14th, was the 11th. Then we have the February 14th is Valentine's Day. So it's been kind of crazy. Now it's another holiday. It's President's Day. So oh, okay. 29th, February 29th it's due. Tamriel Adventures Guild. Nope. Sadness. And that's J Heart. The one that comes after that, there's a bunch of DDA ones. Eleanor Rigby. Yeah, you got time. I haven't even started it. I don't know what it would look like. And I don't know what would make it different. I feel like we'd all just end up making the same thing, wouldn't we? I've seen some really good arenas, but they're usually on a just tremendous scale. You know? Like, I don't think I could make something that big.
Can I help you?
Maybe I'll make a very tiny one. For ants. Arena of Lurv.
Greetings.
Is it like a gangster of love? A space cowboy. A potato arena. Where potatoes battle to the death.
How can I help you?
I think a robot arena would be really neat. Some people call you Maurice. Sorry, it's an old song. Ugh. This is just not an encouraging amount of items that I am getting. I saw... Did you make your twin arches you made your twin arches an open house? I looked at it today and it is incredible. You did an amazing job. It was really good. I was actually like kind of laughing because you had been worried about your door options and then you made better ones than I even suggested. They were great. I don't know what you were worried about. You did a fabulous job. It's excellent. It was really excellent. I was kind of squeeing over it earlier today. I'll post the video information later. I just haven't gotten to it. I've been sleeping and now shopping. Oh yeah, they're my favorite type of house. Villages. They've been trying to sell this for like 2 weeks now. Don't ask me how I remember that, but I do. Okay. Man, I used to have two games running at the same time, one on one account, one on another account. And while this one was moving, I would have the other one like shopping. But I can't do that with lately. Yeah, it would be. I don't own it though. Oh, I don't bother. I like money. I like money too much. I'd rather have money than the recipes. And you know what I've found? Is that actually the recipe or the things that I need the most are ones that you can buy from vendors a lot of the time. Like fishing rods or hay or wood blocks or things like that. It's like the little things, things you can fish up, you know? Those are seems to be the things that I need the most of. But then again, I have more like, I tend to build a lot of things for regular people as opposed to perhaps, you know, wealthy people. So yeah, like they'd been laying in hay rather than in a full bed. So I guess that's why I have that issue. Phoenix Emporium used to be in Riften all the time. They moved. All right. Go! Go faster. Great. Lag.
May I be of service?
Let's do an MM missing. Like an occasional MM missing. I mean, basically, I sell things. I don't really need anything anymore. I mean, I'm not building anything right now. I've got to update my vineyard, but that's mostly going to be with grapes, and I have a bunch of grapes. I'm not sure what else I need to do. I bought another vineyard thinger, like grape squisher. So I've got that. But aside from that, I don't really need anything.
Now here's a light.
What I should do is recreate, you know, Honig Brew or honey whatever brew from Skyrim. That would be cool.
Speak of your desire.
Fall asleep. I know that BMW, which is a trading guild, they're doing the pergolas. You mean the ones from this weekend? For the Lux vendor? Pergolas. Well, have you seen the ones with stuff on them?
May this one be?
I much prefer the ones with stuff on them. Junk. I'm not happy about all of the junkness. I don't think so. Those are part of the Debella set. The ones with stuff on them. So you're gonna have to either buy those through the Crown store or through the set. I think you could buy them without buying the whole set. You may be able to, I think they're under structures. Yeah, don't hold your breath on that one. Sorry. Anything that pretty they're gonna charge for. They're not stupid. They'll give you the blank one. Jerks. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Moo, moo, moo. All right. For anybody who wants to flip, generally, herbs are one of the best things. Why? That's so weird. That is really odd. Generally though, if you ever get a chance and you see MM telling you that herbs are being sold for like really cheap amount, snap them up because herbs generally will resell better than almost anything. Gonna poke my nose around here. Yep, there it is. Cool. Worth it. Worth it! Yeah, that's why I just use EHT and just deal with it. It's cheaper that way. And I mean, they're really identical. Except for, you know, some people don't use them. But, you know, when it comes down to it, I'd rather spend my money on other things that I can't recreate with EHT.
Greetings.
I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm spending so much time on housing. I'm not really spending much time on other things I should spend time on. Are you here? No, you are not here. Ah! This is honestly what I do every Sunday night. I have a path that I go through. And I go here, and I take this Thieves' Trove. And I check to see if I got anything good. I did not. It is, but when that's really almost what my week is housing. You know, I do research for my job, so there's that. But overall, like, housing is my chosen profession, sort of. And away we go. Yeah, I mean, I feel guilty about it. I wish I could. I feel like I should be doing more stuff to make money, but I don't know why. Financially, we're okay. I don't know why I'm worrying so much about it. I guess just living your whole life always working and working towards working, you get in this mindset that that's what you have to be doing. All right, let's see. Wormhole. Yeah, and I'm limited. Walmart's back.
Hello there.
It's always like a hit or miss whether these guys are going to get their spot or not. Aberrant Netch. That's one hell of a name.
May I be of
I would think more people would buy ebony stuff, but they don't really. It's not very popular.
Anything I can do for you?
Okay, so I guess I'm being boring. I'm not really good at this. But I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to get drops.
This is taking longer.
How are you always out of gold? What do you do with it?
greetings.
You're buying recipes, I guess, right? Well, maybe you don't spend your Sunday nights being as lame as I am. Luxury vendor. Well, this week especially. This week was hard on everyone's wallet. And last week. Even bad things? Like, I won't buy 4 of bad things. Like, there's no way I need 4 of weakling things, you know what I mean? They're just trash. You're lucky if I buy a weakling item. What am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Are you here? You are not here. Brr. Oh, good Lord. No wonder you have no money. If I ever need it, I can always go buy it somewhere else. Granted, I'll pay a little bit of a premium, but... You can... I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I guess it's not too bad. Give me things, lady. Sipha shield. Great. I mean, there's things like plants I know I'm going to go through, but the other stuff, I'm not sure. Like, some of it I just don't see the point. Dead bodies are rough. Like, I don't really want dead things, but I do see the need for bunnies. You know? Bah. That's actually really good.
I do hope you have some.
East March. I guess with me, I'm so busy making money through flipping that I have been doing a lot of chest runs though lately. Some people have been doing chest runs in Northern Elsewhere to get more of the Shimmering Sands. So there's that if you wanted to do that. But I still like the Murkmire slash Clockwork runs for big money items. Although Murkmire may be a bad time to spend time in for this week. Because I bet everybody's going to get Murkmire stuff this week. Ooh, Hakejos. Not worth it for only 8%. Hakejos. I said that wrong. The other way I think people can make a lot of money is like fish. Like raw fish. Yeah, good. Good for you. I haven't done them. I should probably do that. Wow, that is pretty cheap. Did you buy them? I've heard people say that you can get some really crazy deals in chat. I've never really wanted to trust anyone in chat, though. You know what I mean? Like, I get nervous about that. Yeah. It's nice you guys are around. Got ditched tonight again, so it's nice to have, like, friends. It has been a kind of strange Valentine's Day weekend for me.
I've got what you need.
Flipping is getting harder for me. It used to be easier, but I feel like with the dip in performance came a dip in amount of people playing, thus less things up to flip, if that makes any sense. It's gotten harder and harder as time has gone by. When there's 1,000,001 people playing, it's pretty easy to find stuff to flip. These days, it's Sunday night is my best chance at getting good stuff. Sunday night and really super early in the morning. Otherwise, I've been basically like cutting my margins thinner and thinner, which is not exactly good. You're lurking. You're lurking. I have found that the big-eared ginger kitten anything will resell eventually. So I tend to buy those whenever I see them in case you want flipping advice. I do tend to buy more in Guild than I buy outside of Guild. Mostly because I like to keep the money circling amongst people who need it in my guilds. I might even pay more for things in Guild. I don't know. Well, you could wait until April when the anniversary event happens and every last master writ, not master writ, motif drops for cheapo. That would be like the best time for you to do it. Like all of the motifs lose their value around April, so you should sell them off in March. If you just have them for selling purposes, either sell them off in March or you have to hold them for another 6 months. That may be harder to find, but in those cases I used to use TTC and see if anything's up. Which add-on? I have so many. The one here is Awesome Guild Store that I'm searching with. This is Awesome Guild Store. It is really the only way I have found to make the shops at all usable. Hey Griff, you're lucky that you're even watching because I was going to delete this. The one that is my UI, though, if that's what you're asking about, the one that makes Oh, I turned my UI off. I don't know. It's got to be... You have to mean Awesome Guild Store. Yes, but it didn't cover the most important thing for stabbies. The most important things for stabbies being deal range. It works in combination with Master Merchant. Well, yeah, I don't necessarily... Master Merchant does have problems with speed, but that's not its fault. It's the fault of the throttle. It's awful. But using Master Merchant together with Awesome Guild Store allows me to find deals. See, I'll unlock this so you can see what color. I look for deals that are reasonable and up. I look for a profit of 3K and up. It doesn't matter to me what quality or level. So that's what I search for in order to find my deals. That portion, that functionality is not in the base game. You can't look for deals with the base game. So it's really like the most crucial portion for people like me who flip. You know what I mean? It's like I need the deals. Dead Blood Market sometimes has great deals. That's not bad. So only things that you see popping up are things that register as deals within the guidelines that I've selected. So if I'm going to make $3,000 out of it, it'll pop up. Otherwise, I don't see it. It suppresses it completely. So that's why this is the way that most people who flip work. They use those two add-ons together. So that's how I roll. A good way if you want to start your hand at flipping or selling things in general, if you're not in a sales guild, is to go to guilds with no minimums. And the one that we're right next to, insert guild name here, that one actually has no minimums. So you may want to check them out.
Care to bargain?
This guild. Ugh. I do agree with you about the lag, though. It's been really bad lately. Sometimes a nice way to check it and see if you can fix things is with mmclean/mmclean. It'll clear out any bad records that you have, so like corruptions or whatever, it'll clear them out. So that could be a good way to deal with it.
Greetings.
Bah! That is a lot of skulls. Skull thrones. If anyone needs any thrones, there you go. Jesus. 11 billion of them. And then I lock my search. That way I don't end up changing it by accident. So as I was saying, this whole section here, especially down here, tends to be pretty good for furnishings. And I'm not really sure why, but they have usually pretty good furnishings. This will be usually where I end up going first. Yes, I'm going to drop some serious bank for a stupid purpose, but whatever. Oh, look, lettuce. Affordable lettuce, no less. May I remind you, make sure that you have the add-on housing catalog. That way you can see that this person here is trying to sell you an ancient cedar tree. Actually, this is a fair deal because this is exactly the same amount of money that it costs normally. But in general, you should know where things come from, and this add-on tells you. Go. Now here's my furnishing search. Notice the no deal range is, yeah, it's an add-on furniture catalog. It'll tell you where to get things that are, for example, luxury items. It'll say that they're luxury items, or here it'll say This is a crown item. Usually they say other things like this drops during, you know, such and such time. But I love the furnishings that are available here. They do a really good job. Some of these will say, you know, can be stolen from thieves or whatever. This one is can be stolen in elsewhere. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's an extension to that. I don't know. I love these lights. If they weren't overpriced, I'd get them. Anyway, this is where I tend to shop.
At your service.
I'm so boring. Give me all your pitch. Give me all your pitch. Give me all your Rakuta. And all of your lining. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. I have the dumb. Sometimes I think I'm telling you guys the right things. I may be wrong. I can only go based off of what I think. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I wonder who's this up here. I always knew the girl was here, but is that somebody's character?
I miss Orsinium. Something awful.
Is that somebody? Yeah, that's somebody's character. Okay, she's gonna kill them. All right. Bye. You're gonna die now. Sorry.
Take pride in your work.
I can't help you. Look what I came across the other day. I don't know if you guys can see this, but my sister had these made for my Sweet 16. Actually, let me make sure that I can actually see what I'm showing you. And I have it out because I was going to show somebody. You can't read it. It says, Karen's Sweet 16, February 11th, 1993. Good Lord. I'm old. Oh, okay. I have master recipe list too, so your guess is as good as mine
Isn't it room?
for that. You're probably right. Got me. Bull City is sometimes really good for deals. Sometimes. I don't know about Okos. I don't know if I should bother with them or not. Sometimes they sell and sometimes they don't. Oh, is that the rule now? Okay. I like that rule. I'll stick with it. Seems like a good rule as far as I'm concerned. Merchant. Where's the banker? Oh, I went right past the banker. Take my stuff, lady. Back when I was a kid, I had very different opinions on what was old. Now I know better. People say that when, you know, you think something is old until you get to a certain age and then you don't. Oh, so you graduated 2 years before me. That's not too bad. But then, yeah. Then when, you know what I found is true? It's not when you get to a certain age that you change your mind about what's old. It's when your parents get to a certain age that you change your mind about what is old. My dad is over 70 now. Suddenly, I don't think 70 is all that old. Maybe because I don't want him to die. But like to me now, I'm thinking 70 isn't, I used to think 70 was old. Like old age old. It's not. But maybe I'm just, you know, maybe I just don't want to face facts. You know? It's like, I want my parents around forever and ever and ever. Amen, Kate, thanks. Wow, nice. But, you know, back in when I was a kid, that was when I thought old age was, in your 70s.
Come and do
And then, you know, you realize at some point when you're like, holy shit, I'm middle-aged. When did that happen? Like, why my skin is going, my health is going. Yeah, exactly, right? It's something about your parents, I think. It's something I think it's just when your parents hit those ages that it's like, oh no, I guess that's not very old. If you still have your parents around, which is sometimes sadly not the case. Gives me your Nern crux, if I could speak. I gotta admit, Griff, I didn't really enjoy hearing about communism, even in college. It was kind of boring. But I did go.
Here's a likely one.
My professor finally showed up. I did, in fact, send him the cockroach that I named after him. I didn't send him the cockroach. I sent him the Bronx Zoo thing that names a hissing Madagascar cockroach after him. Holy crap, look at all this. If you guys want any of these, come and get them. Anyway.
Greetings.
So I sent him that for his birthday / Valentine's Day. And he vanished for the whole weekend. So I didn't know if it like upset him or not. But it turns out I don't think it upset him at all. But that's good. Should you want to in the future though, I think that is a great gift. It supports the zoo. You know, all the money goes to the zoo. And it's funny. Especially if it's with someone you know that can take a joke. Like, some people could get their feelings hurt by having, you know, a cockroach named after them. But personally, I think it's hilarious. And I mean, it's for a good cause. It's like one of the best Valentine's Day gifts ever. Maybe I'm just evil. Some people insist on going out on Friday night, you know, with some fancy restaurant. It must have been obscene, like so busy. I didn't do it. No, I guess I did offend him. Wow. You know, I'm just kind of done too, though, Miserere. Um, you know what part of it is just, I got cancer when I was 30. I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was in my late 30s. I understand the feeling of being done. If every day is painful, you know, and you wake up every day in pain, or you're tired all the time, I gotta say, I understand it. One of the sadder things about having cancer was there was a point in which I was actually okay with the idea that I was dying, because I was like, you know what? I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live every day in this kind of agony and misery. So it's like, I used to not understand how people felt about that, and now I get it. Now I get it, sadly. It's the truth, though. I mean, imagine every day of your life being in pain all day long. Or tired all day long. The tired is actually even more frustrating than the pain. Like, I can tune out the pain. I can't tune out being tired. The last 2 weeks I've been awake for maybe 3 hours at a maximum, and then I crash out again. Huh. I'm here. I wasn't supposed to be, but I'm here. But I can tell you going through it again would be miserable. Like Shannon Doherty, she's now stage 4 again. Like, I think it's her 3rd time she got cancer. Her body is just bound and determined to kill her. It's horrible. Poor thing. She's not the nicest person in the world, but nobody deserves that. Why am I going the wrong way? Why do I suck? Yeah. She had beaten it again for the 2nd time, and then now she just came out and said that she's got stage 4. All right, so in case you've never seen this before, and just because Facebook liked it, Griff, doesn't mean that you did. So what happens here is that this trader was actually won by somebody. See how it says you can't interact with the trader? It's because it actually went to somebody. Somebody won this, but it didn't actually switch over to the trader. This will usually clear up on Monday, but sometimes doesn't clear up until later in the week. That means those people who bid on this trader ended up paying for a full week and only get 6 days, if that, of a trader. And it only happens with Thieves Guild traders. It's why a lot of bigger guilds won't even bid on Thieves Guilds, because of this bug that has been there since the beginning of the trader system and has never been fixed. It doesn't even seem to even be a priority on anybody's list. It just annoys the hell out of me that something that obnoxious, that broken, doesn't get any attention. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just babbly. But like I said, I understand it. I understand why people feel that way. Actually, it was kind of a good feeling to know that I wasn't going to be so upset about it. Yes. Yes. I was, the RA, the cancer almost did it to me. I got fired about 6 months,
Hello there.
less than 6 months, maybe 3 months after my cancer diagnosis, my remission diagnosis. I got fired from that job. As I talked to other attorneys about it afterwards, they were like, you do realize you were fired because you had cancer, right? And they didn't want to deal with it. And I was like, I don't know about that.
How may I serve?
But I could see the argument. But I do know that when I was able to still work. I was able to still keep going. But when I ended up getting the RA and didn't know it and wasn't diagnosed, no one was able to give me a diagnosis. I know at that point was when I couldn't work anymore. And I knew my marriage was over. My husband refused to let me work less. He was not having it. He didn't lift a finger at home. Didn't take me to the doctor when I needed to go. You know, there were all sorts of problems, and I guess I realized at that point that I was never going to be able to work as a lawyer. It's exactly it, Lil Fox. That's what people were saying to me, is that it wasn't, first of all,
Honest money.
cancer doesn't always cancer doesn't always go away for good when you get put into remission. Remission doesn't always last. And I think that part of what they were doing with getting rid of me was basically they didn't want to deal with the money, the cost of my care, which was very expensive. I guess I was a liability to them. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my ex-husband is my ex for a reason. He's remarried. Good luck to him. Good luck to her. Um, that, you know, he's still a friend, but that's about it. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was just the worst time of my life. And honestly,
How can I help?
like, even though I was past cancer, I was so sick and I didn't know what was wrong. I was in so much pain. I was tired all the time. I couldn't do my job yet. I was pulling, you know, like 50 plus hour weeks because I was an attorney and preparing for trials when I couldn't think straight. You guys see when I forget words. Would you want your attorney to be forgetting words? Like, it's a really embarrassing thing. So I had issues. So it's like things got worse and worse, and finally I just like, you know what? I just want to go up to the top floor of this building and throw myself off. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. But it was kind of an odd thing. I thought about all the people who died of cancer and how I didn't. And what a waste that would be for me to be lucky enough to beat cancer and then kill myself. That's kind of a sin. Like, that would be kind of like spitting in the face of every person who ever really wanted to live. That's the way I looked at it. So, even though I felt like shit and didn't know what was wrong with me, I decided I was going to just find another way out. And that's why I moved to Wisconsin. And eventually, I got the diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis, and it explained everything that was happening to me. Unfortunately, it's not curable, but it's better than not knowing. You know what I mean? Like, it's better than thinking it's all in my head and that I'm going crazy and I'm tired and it's something, maybe it's I'm eating things wrong or whatever, you know? Like, I just had no idea what the hell was going on. But you're right about the place that fires people for cancer, because they were just some of the most miserable human beings I've ever even known of. And yet, to this day, do you know I actually thought about them earlier today? I still have guilt over the way that my firing went down. Like, I was set up and I didn't recognize that. And didn't realize it, and so I fell so completely into their trap because it never occurred to me that junior partners would set me up to get fired. I didn't know it, but I was actually the head partner's pet. She was crazy about me, and they hated that because I was new, and I didn't realize what had happened was I was actually set up. And to this day, it drives me. I was thinking about it today, about how mad I am at myself that I didn't catch it and I didn't realize what I was, like, what I should have been doing. I am not a good, but I don't think I fit anyway because I'm not good at, politics, so to speak. I'm too honest. Thanks for the follow, sub. Brostorm, thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Wow, I'm always surprised when I see a sub. No, I totally didn't see it coming. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really didn't see it coming. I feel like such a fool that I didn't see it coming. Oh, yay, you got a, look at the little fox. Little fox, get it? Ah, sorry, but you got the kiss emote, right? That's adorable. Aww. Yeah, so things were hard, but I'm here now, and now that's why I don't really go out much and don't really associate with people. It's because, like, man, people suck. In general. Like, there's some, being a lawyer is hard. There's some sneaky, rotten people out there. I don't know how I feel about it. It's scary. I just don't have it in me. I'm too open. And it's like I'm one of those people who's so nice and so open and so so I have so little guile to me that really fucked up crazy people look at me and try, and the first thing that comes to their mind, and I learned this from someone who was a crazy fucked up person, is how can I take advantage of the fact that she's so open and nice? Like, what can I get out of this situation? And usually it ends up with me getting screwed over somehow. I just don't have the right personality to be a lawyer in a big firm setting. I'm too nice. Well, good for you, because I couldn't even do that. I couldn't figure it out. That's part of what I'm kicking myself for. I never was able to figure it out. I don't know. My mind just doesn't work like that. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't know. The big partners loved me. It was the middle ground partners, the mid-level, they couldn't stand me. I don't know what I did to piss them off, but they couldn't stand me. But the main partners, one of the main partners trusted and liked me so much he had me do his own divorce.
A very pleasant man. Warm smile.
I mean, I don't get it.
You're
I still don't know what I did wrong. If you have Port to Friend and you ever want to get closer to the shops, what I recommend is you type this in for Hughesbane. You do PTF port at AUT Guild 57. That's how you, if you port that way, with the slash, of course, that it'll take you directly to the house, a house, this one. And that's an open house, so anyone can go to it. And since AOT Guild is no more, they certainly won't care. And when you exit this house, you're out by all the shops. So this will save you a lot of time than rather than coming in from the front of Hughesbane and then trying to travel to the back of it. I'm so boring. But here you go, see? Right by the shops. Are you a musician? I wasn't aware. Although your name should have probably given it away. It's a very classical name. Interesting. I used to sing opera back in the day. It was initially what I wanted to do with my life, and then I took a different road.
You have business.
Not really sure what I should have done with my life, but apparently either way it was going to be bad based on what you're saying. But it sounds like you're more equipped to handle it than me. I'm blind to people with bad intentions sometimes. It kind of explains my ex-husband. I'm a little bit oblivious, I guess. Trusting. It wasn't necessarily a didn't know I wanted to do it. it was more of two things. One was when I got to college, I was still so insecure and young and really didn't know. I wanted to. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew I wanted to have a secure life, like we're financially secure, and I was afraid that if I did anything like music, I would not be financially secure. And that was something I really wanted to do. So I changed my mind. That was part of it. But the other part of it was I was used to practicing for hours and hours every day. And then when I got to college, like everyone else, I got mono. But mine got so bad that I actually got monohepatitis. And I got these sores up and down my throat. And I couldn't sing. And the monohepatitis was so bad that I actually got hospitalized for it. And missed someone's exam. But I was so sick for so long that I basically like got screwed out of every music program that I was in. And I was so screwed by, I was so screwed by it that eventually I realized that I was done. I wasn't going to be able to get any. I probably could have. I probably took it too poorly, and I probably should have stuck with it and tried to get back with the teachers that I had, and because I was dropped from like everything because of how sick I was. I didn't get any bad grade because I had proof that I was actually hospitalized over it, but it took out so much time that I was just screwed. And you can't go for months without practicing. What happens to you if you do? It was a mess. So it sort of made the decision for me about law, and then I decided to become a lawyer. Now, I wonder if that hadn't happened to me, where would I be today? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But that did, in fact, happen. And to this day, my professor has not forgiven me. I'm kidding. He's forgiven me, but I actually I was asleep because I was so messed up. I slept through either a midterm or a final. I think it was a midterm. I think I slept through a midterm. And I was so terrified, and I came to him and tried to... I missed other classes. Did you not hear that part? I'm getting nasty grams in the background. I missed all of my music classes. That's the point. The private lessons and the classes. That's because I couldn't sing. I had no voice. I couldn't even get anything to come out of that. My entire throat was covered in sores. Open, oozing, white sores. It was disgusting and painful. But I did sleep through a midterm. And I'm paying for it to this day. And probably always will. He did let me take the exam again. So there's that. But no, it was rough. The other part was I didn't have a roommate. Literally every roommate I had every year dropped out. Oh no, good for you. Good for you. Fairies at Renfests. That's fun. You must have made some little kid's day too, if any little kids with disabilities like that, walking issues. Can you imagine? I could be a fairy too. Cute. Yeah. I have to say, like, I am really inspired by the models who have really bad vitiligo and they just embrace it. I give them so much credit. Bumblebee! You remember exactly when your classes were? 20 years ago? You're weird. I'm getting messages from my professor talking about how my illness suspiciously only hit during his class time, and he like lists his class time. I have no idea when his classes were 20 years ago. Why would I know that? Why do you know that? I'm old. I used to do acting too, but only in high school. After that, I stopped. I think it was too stressful for me. Wow. I'm gonna buy that. You're mine now. 350 gold. You're gonna be mine too. A swift ring for 300 gold? Somebody doesn't know what they're doing. Come on. Come on, don't lag on me. Don't lag on me. You should. I have found that people actually like... You don't remember me. You have no idea. Okay. I was just thinking about this today. There's no way that you would have remembered me. Because you were hot. You were the hot professor, right? Every girl in that room probably would dug you. And you certainly wouldn't have remembered me because I was normal. I didn't wear makeup. I probably was one of those girls who came to class in sweatpants. I mean, why would you pay attention to me? No chance. No chance. Sorry, but I don't care if I went to every single one of your classes. You wouldn't remember me. But yeah, I got these recently. I have my ears. Actually, they're nice. They're keeping my hair out of my face. But seriously, you should. Like, people really dig that. I don't know why it is, but people think it's fun. I guess it shows that you have a sense of humor, you know? By the way, I know I'm skipping the Murkmire Thieves' Den, and it can bite... not Murkmire. Malbator Thieves' Den, and it can totally bite my butt, because it's the worst Thieves' Den there is, even worse than Hrothgar, and there's no chance that I am going to walk all the way over there. Anybody who has that Thieves' Den deserves to not have anything bought from them. Too funny. I didn't even know there was a Thieves' Den there for the longest time. Did you make your little fox icon, or did you have someone make it for you, or did you just find it? Because it's cute.
Let's get down to business.
I'm kind of shocked I took a class at 9:30 a.m., to be honest with you. I must have needed that class. That's really early for me. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. They're beautiful. I had, my potatoes were done by Starmahawk, J Heart's girlfriend. So, I'm impressed. You should show your art on stream, too. I mean, in addition to the emotes. But, I mean, you do housing. It makes sense. Oh, cool. Housing is art. Got your attention, didn't it?
Neat and tidy, I really do.
Yeah, some people have been telling me I should cook. I don't think I could do that on camera. I have enough trouble doing it off camera with my hands, you know? Oh my god. All of the things! Excuse me while I buy all of the things. No! No, 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 no! first! Me first! How could you? Somebody got all of them before me. Unbelievable. What a bummer.
Many scoff.
The sales force underlisted it. Well, as long as you said that up front. Give me all of the stuff. It was probably you. Give it to me. Jerk.
So many.
I've actually been thinking about buying more head stuff, like headpieces, because they're fun. I do have one that lights up. It's a Christmas tree, and it was lighting up. But I packed it away with the rest of the Christmas stuff, so it'll come out next time. Yeah, see? I put little things on for fun and profit. Ramen. I am so pooping out, guys. This is longer than I've been awake in a long time. So I think I'm gonna call it. I need to rest. I'm really sick. So I will catch you all tomorrow. And I am going to delete this because it's just me babbling and there is no other stuff going on. So I will talk to you later. Have a good night. Sleep well. See you in the morning.